So the secret to passing it is actually not to be afraid to click. All right, but there's techniques in clicking, as I'm going to demonstrate to you. The most common technique that people would do would be, it's kind of, you see it on the internet. Sometimes people refer to it as the 1 or 2 second click, you know, the 3 second click. But what you're trying to avoid is a rapid click, you know, like click, 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 you know, on something that you think you missed. And then, so what you decide to do is, because you missed the clip that you were aiming for, you would then try to catch up on it, if you like, by clicking maybe 3 or 4 times because you missed it the first time. You see, you think, well, I'll have a go, but then that gets you a 0, because it's like a computer game, as I'll show you very shortly. It actually thinks you're trying to cheat it, and so because it thinks you're trying to cheat it, you'll get a 0. Now I'm going to just run a little clip. Now, because of your internet connection, I can't guarantee that you'll see it in real time. In other words, I can't guarantee you'll see it really smoothly, if that makes sense. But you should still see the playback when I do the playback part of it. So by doing the practice sessions, we'll be able to demonstrate to you quite quickly how it works. So I'm just going to test it first of all, make sure you can see the screen when it comes up. So at the moment, can you see me bringing up the practice sessions on the screen in front of you?
Yeah.
Oh, happy days. So here we go then. So I'll put the practice session on first, and it's going to give me a countdown. And can you see the countdown okay, from 7, 6?
Yeah.
Happy days. That means that you should now look at the very bottom, and you should see some red flags every time I click the mouse, okay? So this is a vehicle emerging from a mini roundabout. And as I come forward, I see the wee van and in front. So I start clicking now. 1, 2, 3, 4, hazard hasn't went away, 5, and then I stop clicking now. So I clicked 5 times there with about a 1 second gap. So as we're driving along the road, I'm watching to see what the van's doing and seeing if I can see anything that would cause it to slow down or change direction. Because if it causes anything, causes it to slow down or change direction, I'll need to start clicking again. Now I see some vehicles here. That's nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about again. There's a vehicle there. I'll click once. Click twice, no reason to slow down, so I'll leave it alone now. And I'll keep an eye on it as it comes up again, and looking for any parked vehicles that might cause it to come out, vehicles emerging from the junctions, pedestrians, and so on. So there you go, there's 3 out of 5. Let's have a wee review at it and see what that comes up and see where the score was. Okay, so as you look at the clip now, I'll just go to pause it. When it gets to the main part. All right, so if you look down below, you can see by the way, I have you muted at the moment, so that you can't, so I'm not picking up any background noise, just so you know. If you need me to speak, just put your hand up and I'll see your hand, okay? Okay, so basically what they're looking for here was you to click on the mouse whenever you saw anything that would cause you to slow down or change direction. And it's quite hard to get the score, and I demonstrated this to you for a reason. I seen the hazard too early. You see, if you look down at the bottom of the screen, you can see my X here. You see the X? Now, whenever they first brought this hazard perception test out, you're going to find this funny. Most of the driving instructors were failing the hazard perception test at the score that they needed to get, which was quite high. It was about 65. And I was getting quite a lot of phone calls with people saying, look, I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. Why am I not getting any points? Well, first of all, they weren't clicking enough. And so by clicking when they think they've seen the hazard, if you see the indicator on this vehicle here, you can see the brake lights on this vehicle way up here. So I spotted both of those and I clicked it straight away. But then I paused for a second, didn't I? And I didn't do anything else. And so let's move it forward. So the X that I put on, the click I got no points for. Even though technically they were starting to slow down, you can see with the brake lights, and you can see with the indicator there was something going on. So I did identify the hazard, but I didn't get any points for it. And that's how this game works. So the only way to win it, if you like, is to actually click through the hazard. So on seeing something that catches your eye, something that looks a bit, you know, there may be something off, whether it be a pedestrian hanging about like this one, you know, or something like that, then that kind of should get your, you know, should get your spider senses tingling, if that makes sense, you know, and think to yourself, okay, well, hold on, this person here, that's a hazard, but they've got their back to me, so I'm not particularly worried about them. You see, and so you can be over, you know, over attentive, if you like, with the mouse and start clicking too much. And you can click too early. So the way to cure it is very quite simply by clicking through the hazard. You'll get the points you need, and you need to get between 5 and 3 on every clip. All right, so let's have a wee look. So that was my clip done, and I was too early. So now I waited a sec and I clicked again. And the reason why I waited a second was because if you click too close together, you can get a 0. So if I happen to have clicked too early and I realize I've clicked too early, it's just a bit of bad luck. I'm not going to get the 5 anymore. I'm just going to be happy to get a 4 or a 3. So you mistake people make, you see, when they do this and they click, they think to themselves, oh, that was too early. And so what do they do now is they go click, click, click. And the computer thinks they're trying to cheat it. And guess what? They don't get any points at all. And that's how it normally happens when someone gets a 0. So we'll click through and see what they did want. So this is a click as well. This vehicle here has went into the garage. This vehicle's brake lights are well and truly on now, which indicates that they're going to slow down. So that means you're going to slow down. And because the two of you have to slow down, then that's a definite scoring point for you. Alrighty. And I'm just going to unmute just for a second. So you got a wee fling up there saying asking you to unmute yourself, probably.
Yep.
There we go. So did you understand that one? Okay. Did you see what the mistake I made, if you like, and also the correction of it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And would that be some? Would you not when you have been doing this hazard perception test before? Would you find that? Now I know that you've possibly done it before, and on your own, both of you at some point in time, and maybe got a low score. And would you not have clicked as much as that, for example? Would that have been too many more clicks than you would normally have done?
Yeah.
Would it be? Yeah. So that's probably where it is then. That's probably where it's at now. I'll move on to the next clip and then let you see another one, and then we'll do a few of these and then see if we can get the rhythm of it. So this one here, starting off on a foggy day, straight away, it's not looking very good. So I'm going to be very careful now to watch out for people on the road or brake lights or indicators. All right. So let's have a look to see what happens. Very, very bad visibility. And I see a van up the top. He's way too far away. And I'm watching the lights in the back of this vehicle now for indicators or brake lights. And I'm watching the side roads here. Nothing here. Nothing here so far. He's only got one light shown here. So it's a fog light on the left-hand side. I'm looking here for anything on the road that might cause him to brake. I'm watching here again, but mostly I'm watching this right side because that's where the road and the hazard warning line is. I see a parked car on the right, so I'm going to start clicking now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hazards away. Stop clicking. All right, now looking ahead up into the top corner, I'm looking again, because remember, there could be more than one hazard in the clip. I don't know which one it is. There could be maybe 12 hazards in the clip. I just don't know which one it is. It could be more than that. I can see a vehicle coming in the distance, looking for lights on it. Okay, so that time that was a 5 out of 5 on this one. So let's review the clip and see where the score worked better for us that time. Okay, I'll just mute you again for a second. Okay, so I'm going to see as we come along there, you heard me thinking out loud. I was looking for side roads, people walking on the road, but mostly I was watching his brake lights and what was going on with the vehicle, the lorry in front of us, and then looking into the corner here, which is important because as you know yourself, when you drive the car, when you drive on the road, your observations need to be looking well ahead of yourself. And I spotted something, didn't I? I spotted a parked car. So let's go forward a bit more and see where that parked car was, because that was the first thing that attracted my attention. So I'll just pause and I'll take you off mute a bit again for this one. Okay, so in driving, okay, and as you get hazard perception, the real problem with the test is everything in driving is nearly a hazard, okay, everything. But what they're looking for is something that will actually can move from a hazard to a dangerous hazard. And in other words, something that could cause you to brake heavy, slow down, or change direction. Now, of course, I spotted this car too early, as usual, because this test is not designed for me, if you like. It's designed for someone with less driving experience. So again, spotting this nice and early like that, thinking to myself, okay, this vehicle here has moved out onto the road because it's had to come past a parked car. That's going to cause a problem here. So let's start paying attention to what's going on. So I could have clicked there on that occasion, but I didn't. I just held back and waited to have seen something a bit more likely what they were after this time. So let's move it forward again. So now I was convinced that the parked car was definitely going to be a problem, because I seen this vehicle and I thought, well, they may have to move into the shaded area, which to overtake it or something. And then you can see he's maybe on the footpath, he's maybe not. So I started clicking now. And I followed it up 1 second later with another click. And then another one. And of course, just lucky enough for me, he started to signal and brake at the exact time that I clicked the mouse, which allowed me to get that 5 score, which is here.
Yeah.
You see, and the reason why I got the 5 score was because I didn't know when they were going to start scoring the clip. They could have started scoring the clip from way back here. That there would have been a good enough case for them to say, well, let's start the scoring from way back here. But they didn't on this occasion. And this is what I have to explain to you. You see, they may not start it where you think they need to start it, and you might click too early and not get any points because you were sharp enough to see something. You know, maybe your instructor's very good and has been telling you all about this stuff, you see, and you were very good at it. You never know. You might have, you never know. You might become excellent drivers already and looking ahead of yourself, and you might have seen this. But what I want to draw your attention to is how many clicks I did now. Did that kind of surprise you a little bit? Did you think, oh my goodness, look how many clicks he's doing?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and look how many there is. I clicked right through it. So. And the reason why I didn't get picked up for overdoing clicking is because every single time I clicked, there was a reason for me to click.
Yeah.
And that's the key factor there. There was a genuine reason for me to click. And the computer, it's a bit like the actual driving test itself. You cannot make a mistake if you're doing everything correct. You cannot be failed if you're doing everything correct. So this program is the same. It cannot fail you or give you a 0 if there is actually something in front of you that is making and giving you a very good reason for you to click that mouse. And because I clicked last here, and that was because he still was a problem, because guess what? He may not have been able to turn into that road. He may have just stopped. He may have stopped solid. There could have been a reason for him not turning into that road. There could have been a pedestrian on the road. And so therefore I was justified in clicking right up to that last moment. But then after that, I wasn't justified in clicking anymore. And that's why I stopped clicking, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll try another one and see how that works out for you. I'll just mute you again for the second. Okay, this one is a country road, and straight away you can see it's single track. In other words, there's only room for one vehicle. So this is anything at all coming towards me is a hazard, basically. Or I'll be starting to cut the hedges, you know, like these two gals were doing once upon a time, cutting the hedges with the car on the left side. So I'm looking well ahead of myself up here, and I can see a little black dot. So I'm going to click once, click twice, click 3 times, click 4 times, click 5 times, click 6 times. I passed the hazard, so stop clicking. Now I'm looking for something else, because that was very early on, that hazard. So there might be something else coming up. So I'm watching up here now, and I'm looking to see if there's anybody here coming, but they're not moving, you see. So if something's not moving, it's not a hazard to me. They have to be moving. You see, if it's not moving, and if I'm not moving, there's no hazard. So that's why I wouldn't click the mouse if I see something, unless it's moving, or I think it's moving, should I say. So nothing moving, nothing obvious at all at this point. So as I come around then, I'm looking into this corner, the direction I'm heading for any possible indications of something, right down to here. And of course, nothing there on that occasion. Let's have a look at this one and review this one. All right, so you can see all the clicks were on the hazard this time, but let's just see where the things changed a little bit from an advanced driving point of view. Now, I've seen this a little bit earlier, and again, I didn't click because my experience has taught me that that would be far too early for me, and I wouldn't expect you to have seen this. You might have seen it, I'm not sure, but I wouldn't have expected you to, and this test wouldn't expect you to see it either. But I'll just circle it, and you might be able to identify that black dot now in the screen. I don't know where you can see that or not, but it's basically a little black dot. Now, from a driving point of view, there's a wall of white. And in that white, there is a little change in color on the left side. And that's what attracted my attention from this distance. I thought, that looks out of place. So that made me think, well, it's a single track road, something out of place, possible hazard. So I'll start clicking the mouse. And that's why I started clicking then. So let's move forward and show again. So there's the first click. It's right on the edge of the 5, if you notice. And unlucky for me, I didn't get the 5 because it just was a shade too early. And that's a bit cruel, isn't it? When you think about it, like it's not fair. Like if someone's doing this test and they're trying to get 75 or 65 out of 75, as the LGV drivers have to get and the ADIs have to get. So missed that one by basically clicking too early. Now, had I rapidly clicked, which I don't want you to do, but had I been a little bit quicker with the second click, I would have definitely got it because I just missed it there as well. Look, see? That's the difference between the speed of the clicks. But I wouldn't want you to try to click rapidly, because if you do, again, it will pick you up for cheating. I'd rather you got a 4, a 3, and you pass. And that's what I would be aiming for. It's a kind of a little bit like when you're doing a turnaround exercise, and I'm always going on about it. You're better to do it in 5 and stay alive, right? I'll just unmute you a wee sec there. Yeah, so you know what I mean. It's kind of like with this, it's the same sort of thing. Yeah, you can maybe get the big 5 if you double click and click fast, but you never know. You might get picked up for double clicking and lose the whole points. So as we'll come forward and then again, let's just see how it goes. So there you can see all the clicks all the way through it. And let's come back right up to the top from the start. It is quite hard to see this one though, but you can see as you get closer. And there's only a 2 when you get to this stage, so you're only getting 2 points for here. So like I say, you needed to have identified this dark shadow on the side of the road. And you know, if you were wrong, and guess what, it was only someone's wheelie bin at the end of a driveway, well, then you don't keep clicking. You see, you stop clicking. You don't get failed in the test for clicking on a wheelie bin, and something that you think's going to move in front of you. But guess what? As long as you stop clicking, once you realize it's not a hazard, and you're not going to get picked up for it.
Right. Okay.
Happy days. Is this a bit more clearer for you now? Is this getting? Can you kind of see where you might have been going wrong yourself?
Yeah.
Well, what I'm going to try and do then is I'm going to finish the review, and I'm going to try and see if I can give you remote control. I think, Pillar, I'm looking at this. You might have. Are you on a laptop, Kelly, at the minute?
No, I'm on the phone.
On the phone, I don't think it will work in terms of you can click the actual hazard. But
Yeah.
Pillar, I think I could let you have a go at it, but I'm not sure where the speed of your internet will allow it to work for you. But we'll try it, okay? And then.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give you remote control. All right. Now you'll see it coming up on your screen. Kelly, you know what? I actually might give you remote control, but it just might not be fast enough. I'll try Pillar first. Okay. And I'm going to finish reviewing this clip, and then another clip's going to come up. And then all eyes are on you then, Pillar. No pressure.
Oh my goodness, John. You're making me nervous again.
Oh, here we go with the nervous thing. All right, I'm going to just mute everyone for now, and then that way we can let you concentrate. Ready, go. Here we go now. All right, you're going to get us practice 2. Here it comes. All right. Click your mouse just to see if it works again for me. Philip, just click the mouse. Just click it now, just for a test. There you go. Still, it's working. Okay, well done. So I'm going to unmute you now, just so we chit chat about it. Okay, so let me just pause a second. So was it jumping for you or was it smooth enough?
It's quite the video, it stops sometimes. That's why
Yeah, that's the problem, I'm afraid.
Yeah, lagging.
Yeah, it's impossible really. It's to do with the internet connection. You can't really, I can't really get someone to do a proper hazard perception test on it. So yeah, so it's not, you still scored okay, by the way. You still got yourself a score, but let's just see where it went to in this one. So this is where you should have clicked. Is that where you, did you see that okay? Yeah.
Yep, it stopped there. Yep, that's why
Yeah.
I'm trying to click
Okay.
a while ago. I couldn't.
Yeah. No worries. Well, there's the place anyway I was looking for, because there's a set of brake lights coming up on the distance. You see that? There's a little brake lights on the car.
Yeah.
So that would have been the time to click the mouse for the first time, and I think you were probably going to do that anyway. It's just that there was a wee bit of stuff. So let's move it forward again. And so you would have still been okay clicking away here all the way up, and clicking here would have still been okay. I think were these just when it was jumping, or did you see something
Yeah,
here?
I just tried.
Yeah, okay. Now, what you got to be careful is that it's hard to know whether you would have clicked here for this, but there wasn't really much reason to click here.
Yeah.
All right, there was no reason to click here at all. This is just because of a change of speed limit sign. You don't need to click, or because there's a bend, or you don't need to click on the bend. It is a hazard, like everything's a hazard in driving, but it has to be something actually that changes it, that makes it move from a hazard to something a bit more dangerous than that. So yeah, like we're coming up here quite fast, and there's a corner, and yeah, it's a hazard. Okay, it's telling you to slow down and everything, but it's still not a reason to click the mouse. Would you believe? And that's the confusing part for a lot of people there. They think they have to click on corners, they have to think they click on bends, and all sorts of stuff, you know. So, but there is no real reason for that. I'll finish reviewing this. I'll give you a wee chance, Kelly, to see in case your phone does work for you. I don't know where it's saying that you've got remote control, so it must be just your mouse, the center button of your phone or something.
It must be.
You want to try it anyway and see if it works?
Yeah.
Why not? Sure. Well, not to hold it against you if you get all, yeah, start jumping. All right. All righty. Okay, let's go then. Here we go. So this is for you then. I'm going to give you remote control now. Okay, you should have remote control now, Kelly.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what we go. Is it jumping for you?
I'm just trying to figure out how to.
Just press the middle button. Yeah. See if you get a wee red flag up. Just press it to test it to see if your flag will come up for you. There you go. That's whatever you're pressing now is the button.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not letting me click.
Okay, no problem. I'll go through the clip with you in a wee sec once it's finished.
Yeah, that's a hazard.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Standing out in the middle of the road. He must be from Larne.
Because of that, isn't it?
He's on one of the country roads in Larne. That's what he is. Okay, I'll just review this one. I'll go through it with you anyway. Yeah, so there was nothing to click here really. It was just a country road, and keeping the focus up here is the most important part.
Yeah.
Watching for anything here. Now, as soon as I saw this car, I would have clicked the mouse. Now, as you come around the bend here, it's a very narrow road, first of all. So as you come around the bend, and you can see the car emerges, I think, to the far left or the far right. It's just very shortly after that. And there's it there, see?
Yeah, that's where I was trying to click.
Yeah, well, that would be definitely a click there. And then because you come along and you see it, I would click again there. And then I would click again there.
Yeah.
And then click again there because it's still dangerous. Click again there. And of course, this is where they wanted them. It was a very short window.
Yeah.
And then I would click again now just to make sure. And one more time now.
Yeah.
And one more time. Even though the hazard's passed, and you can see that by the scoring window down below, he's still a hazard there. So there's no reason why you couldn't click on that as well. There's no reason why you would be faulted for that. And even here, actually, if you clicked again now, it would be okay. And
yeah, because there was another person standing on the road too.
That's correct. And so you see there's another person there, look. So yeah, you could nearly have actually clicked all the way through that and still not been picked up for it. Right, so that's the standard clips that you would get. I'm going to have a look at another different type of clip in a wee sec now. I'll do one more on this one, and then I'll change it to the new type of clip that they're using, which is more like a computer generated image.
Yeah.
This is these are very, more like the real deal, if you like, than the ones that they supply you for practicing purposes, because this is faster, So as you come around here, you've noticed it's narrow, of course. So now anything at all parked on the side or anything walking, moving towards you is a problem. That's a problem. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, once I've stopped, I'm not going to do anything else because I'm not moving, and therefore I'm not a hazard, or he's not a hazard to me anymore.
Yeah.
And that's important to remember that. Once you're not moving, it's not a problem anymore. And if you did click through that period, then you could possibly get picked up for over-clicking, I think that was probably the hazard there, okay, in this one. There may be another one, but I don't think it was. When it's early on like that, it's normally, that's what they've done, Okay, yeah, so there is another 5, and that was easy enough for that one. So I did probably click too early, and they didn't get anything for that. So the reason why I didn't get anything for that, right? Because as I've said before, it is a hazard, right? It is a hazard, but it's not a dangerous hazard at that point.
Right, okay.
So as I like to say to people in driving, everything is a hazard. Everything is a hazard. A bend, a corner, a road surface, weather conditions, high hedge, low hedge, animals, whatever. They're all hazards. But this test is all about something which is moved from just being a hazard to something that's about to become dangerous. And this is okay until this guy comes around the corner. Now it's changed. Everything's changed because now I'm having to slow down definitely. And I may have to stop. So anytime you have to slow down, change direction, or stop, then you move into the area which is basically classed as a hazard.
Yeah.
And that's how that works. So I'm just going to finish reviewing that one. And there we go. So that hopefully has helped you a little bit to understand how you're meant to click to try to get the 5s and the 4s, if you like.
Can he actually see what you're doing?
Yeah, you can see me.
So, so now what I'll do is, hello there. What about you? So what we have here now is the new type of test. It's called a CGI. Now, this won't allow us to do the training part of it. So I'll do a couple of clips then and just finish it. They give a look at it, okay?
Yep.
So we'll just do one of the tests, and it's going to give you a little bit of a
have at least one developing hazard in them.
bit of a speech about it. So I'm just going to go straight into it so you can see what happens, because it's kind of just telling you that there's every clip has a hazard in it, at least one. But we know
This is the ones that I've been doing.
Yes, that's it. This is called it's like a computer generated clip. They're much slower, as you can see.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yep.
I'll maybe give you, pillars. Try and click on this one to see if it works for you. Just try. Is it jumping now? Oh, what happened there?
Oh,
What happened? It's away.
oh, it's away.
Okay, just let me see what's let me see if I can sort that. I don't know what happened there. Oh, there we go. We're back again. Mhm. You can't see anything at the moment, I take it.
I can see you, John.
Oh, there we go. How's
There
that?
you go.
Right, let's try it again. Okay, but try clicking your mouse for me. No. Your mouse not working
There
for
you
you?
go.
Tell me, is the clip jumping on you? That's more
It's
important.
jumping as well. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's just the internet connection, unfortunately. That's okay. Let me just take control now. I'm gonna have a wee go at let you see what's going on here. So the warning sign says a hidden dip and there's a water on the road. So it's a reason enough to click the mouse once, I think, but I wouldn't continue with it. It says here warning sign. And what does it say? Try your brakes.
Try
Okay,
your
so yeah, so that again, it's worth clicking the mouse for that probably, but it's not really going to be what they're after. It's going to be something more significant than that. It's going to be something that's going to cause you to slow right down for a period of time, usually. And this is a warning sign telling you there might be a danger up ahead. So a narrow bridge, I'm going to click the mouse now, once, twice. Spot a tractor away in the distance on the left there. It might emerge onto my road, so that could be a problem. So check the sign, and guess what? It says warning, tractors might come out. So that must be it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and there you go. Farmer Brown just came out without
Yep.
checking. What the
Yeah,
heck?
that's one that gets me.
That must have been one of my previous students there. What's going on? There was no peeping and creeping there, gals.
Yeah.
There was very little peeping and creeping going on. So as we come along this motorway now, the first thing about motorways is you're going to have two things. You're going to have either someone try to merge in from the left and come in front of you, cause you to slow down. A bit like what happens when you're in Larne and you come up go to the harbour road and you have to change lanes, remember? And if there's someone coming down the road, you don't want to pull in front of them. So that could be something. It could also be the vehicles in front might get very close to each other. Now, on a motorway, a vehicle, oh, this car's turning in front of us. Look, see? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now he came right across in front of us, caused us to slow down and change direction. So bad driving, and of course that would have got him or her a fail on their lorry driving test. So they're not allowed to cause another vehicle to slow down and change direction. So we had to severely slow down there. All right, let's click on with this one. We're in a built-up area, so it's I'm looking for kids now, looking for people on the road, looking for bubble bursters. So as we see here, we got parked cars and we got pedestrians. There's no real reason to click at the moment. They're not paying attention. They're not on the road, so they're okay. He's okay. They're okay. Nothing to worry about. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. Watching here, watching this area now where these parked cars are. Still nothing. Oh, there you go. There's something coming out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll stop clicking now because we've stopped.
Yeah.
Now you notice there that he emerged again from the right. Very hard to see in the hedge. Just you need to be watching to the side as well. You see, you need to be keeping a good visual look to both the left and to the right when you come up to areas. You need to they call it having peripheral vision. It's easier to do than say. So as you come up to it, you need to remember you got to watch both sides. You see, so I'm watching this van here. These guys are away. Now, there's a little technique I call, there's a dog there. I call it bracketing. Now, what I mean by that is you look 25 meters in front of yourself to these people, then you look 50 meters straight away, and then you look 100 meters over here. See, so that's every time you go 25, 50, 100. So now I'm at 50, now I'm at 100, I see the motorbike. 1, 2, he's crazy, 3, 4. Yeah, he's going to be home, getting home late, that guy. He's in a hurry to get there, but he's not going to get home, is he? Driving like that. He's going to get home about 5 months later after he gets off the traction in the hospital. And he gets chicken through a straw for 3 months. He won't be happy. So as we come up here, no real reason again for me to worry. He's too slow, not a problem. So it looks like that's probably was a hazard, you know, in that one. So let's have a wee look at the next one. Okay, so this is a motorway. I'm looking for cars slowing down quickly in front of me. And straight away, I see this side road here. I'm looking for something coming along here that's going to pull in front of me. I'm also looking for stuff that might overtake me over in this area here, this guy, or the van or lorry braking heavy. So I'm watching for people cutting in front of me. So I'll do the bracketing idea, 25 meters, 50 meters, 100 meters. And I'll keep doing that, 25, 50, 100. Picked up the car. See? 1, 2, 3, 4. He's coming. 5, 6, 7. And he's out of the road now. But he was a hazard for me, for sure. So by doing the bracketing technique, you can cast your eyes right up the road. So go 25, 50, 100. 25, 50, 100. And soon enough, of course, 50 becomes your 25 and 100 becomes your 50, you see? That's why you don't miss anything. So look, 25, 50, 100. So it's a good technique, bracketing, and bracketing really does help to improve your ability to look further down the road, and it forces you to look, because normally you won't do that. You'll look straight in front of you. But when you go 25, now look 50, now look 100, I see him, you see? I wouldn't have seen him if I didn't cast my eyes that far up the road. Does that make sense? Okay, yeah? Yeah, so let's do it again. 25, 50, 100. I'm at the corner now. So back to here, 50, 100. 25, nothing there. 50, nothing there. 100 at the corner. Back again, 25, 50, 100 at the corner, nothing. Spotted something away in the field here, this white van, see? That could be a bend. So there's horses now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So by looking to the side and bracket, and I spotted the white van away in the distance, it looked like he was in the field, didn't it?
Yeah.
And that's what bracketing did. And then I was able to see, well, that must be a bend for him to be all the way around there. And then I spotted the horses, which guess what meant? There was going to be a problem. I couldn't overtake the horses.
Yeah.
All right, let's have another look now. So here, very busy street, and straight away I see the door in the white van. I'm going to start clicking. 1, 2, could be a person about. I don't like this sort of tunnel effect, but you know, unless I'm collecting wing mirrors, you know, down in Lauren, it's a different thing. so unless we're going through Wing Mirror Alley, looking for a Porsche, by the way, 924. I haven't got that one from a collection still, remember? So as we come up here, I'm looking here now, and this is a junction. I'm looking here. Oh, there we go. There's a couple of people. 1, 2, 3. Oh, there we go. They don't really care about what's going on. Them too. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, okay, so looks like we got it. Now I'm looking here for this situation because it could be someone or something behind that. So that's my 25. I'm not getting much further than 25 here on this road because there's so many bends. I'm looking reflection in the glass as well. Might pick up on something. Might pick up on something on the other side, you know. There we go. Let's try another one. Okay, so straight away 25, 50, 100. 100 right up here. There's my 25 now. There's my 25 now. There's a bend, so I'm only going 25 at the minute. See, not much point in going any further. So 25 here. It says road work, so we'll keep an eye on that. So as we come around here, 25, here 25, here 25. Now I can see further, so I'm going to go 25, go 50, going to go 100. I spot someone on the road. So click once, click 2, click 3, click 4, click 5. Click 6. There we go. What the heck? What's going on there?
That's not the one that gets me.
Yeah. Well, if you click through the hazard, Kelly, I think you'll cure it.
Yeah.
So 25, 50, and 100 again. Mini roundabout coming up. Looking to my right in particular because I'm a driver and I'm worrying about people from my right mostly. Nothing there. Nothing there. Okay, let's go on the next one then. Okay, so built up area, I'm only going to use 25. Watching this guy, he's not moving, so I'm not clicking yet. Watching this guy, watching this side street, 25. Reflection in the windows, looking ahead up here to 50. They're somewhere on the road, but they're 100 away and they're going to be off the road. So I'm not going to click. That's going to be a waste of that's not going to be what they're after.
Yeah.
Too far away, unless they turn back, of course. So I'm looking here now, 25. I'm looking at 25. I'm looking at 50. I'm looking at 100. Oh, I'm going to look at this window here. This car's moving. I'm looking at this window for reflections. 1, 2, 3. So you see the reflection on the window helped me there.
Yeah.
I saw this car and I thought there was something, but then that's why they did that. That's to distract me. So that I'd be staring at that car and not looking to the side. You see what I mean? That's a little bit, that looks like a little bit of a trick actually. To get you to focus on something that's not a hazard and then take your concentration away from what the real hazard is.
Yeah.
So be careful because that's quite sneaky. That's quite sneaky, that one actually. Let's try again here then. So 25, 50 and 100. 100 I see something. It's not on the road, so it's not a big problem. But there's a dog. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on, putch. Let's go. 5. See, that was an electric car there. He didn't even hear us coming. We were so quiet, you see. That's what it was. So I'm looking at here, 25 and 50. Then I see a person here at 100, but they're not on the road, so I'm not going to get too excited. Again, that would be not what they're after. So they're still there. I'm still watching them though. So 25, 50. Zebra crossing, a light flashing, you see. You see that? That's a Belicia beacon, they call that. So there's a pedestrian walking from the left. Look. So 1, 2, 3, 4. She's blind also, and she's got 2 red reflectors on the white stick. Pilar,
Which means she's deaf.
Deaf and
yeah,
blind.
very good. Well done, gals. Good. Now here we go then. Coming down here, 25, and we're coming up to the Larne Tunnel now. On the bend. Everybody loves that one. Only room for
No, I
one.
don't.
So I'm not going to start clicking now because we're too far away. All right, it's not causing me to slow down, but this one is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've stopped, so I'd stop clicking. See?
Yeah.
And again, the same situation. There's nobody in the tunnel. There's nobody about to come into it. You can keep moving. No need to stop anymore.
Yeah.
Kind of a little bit like what we have down in Larne as well, not on the bend. Yeah. So here we go as we come around now. And looking well ahead of myself. 25 meter only this time. Warning signs of cattle and the humpback bridge. I'm going to click now once. Don't like a look at that. 2 and 3 and 4, and that's it. That's what they must have been after. So 13 out of 14. Here we go now. Okay, as we come up here again, I'm looking to as far as I can see, which is about 50 meters now. I see a warning sign again. So 25 now, 50 and 100. I see people or a bicycle, and this warning of school. So I'm getting a bit, it looks a bit messy to me. So I'm going to click once. I'm going to click twice. I'm going to click 3 times, and it wasn't nothing to do with the school. It was this big puddle of water in the road, which was quite hard to see, which caused the vehicle to slow down. Pedestrian, cyclist is a bit dodgy still, but not doing anything to cause me to click at the moment. So as we get closer to him, though, he's becoming dangerous because he's on a bend. So I'm going to click once, click twice, click 3 times, click 4 times, and leave it. I'm watching this vehicle now because it might stick its nose out and keep coming. It's not doing that, so I'm okay, so I'm not clicking. Okay, as we come up here, I see a warning sign telling me that there's a sharp deviation to the left. Okay, last but not least, let's see how we get on. So as we come up then, we can see that the road bends round to the right. We're going straight ahead. You would have had to have been told to turn left there, by the way, because it has a dotted line. We just crossed a dotted line, so you'd have to been told by an examiner to turn left. At 100 meters, I can't see much. All right, 50 meters, I can't see much. 25, back up to 50. There's something. 1, 2, yeah, 3, not peeping and creeping. 4, oh, 5. My goodness, who is this? 6. Yeah, that looks one of them pesky learner drivers are things. Yeah, that's for sure. And he's a wing mirror collector as well. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's collecting wing mirrors there. What the heck? Happy days. So they're no problem for us after that. So I didn't keep clicking for that reason. They weren't braking heavy or stopping in
Yeah.
front of us. So as we come around here, well, of course, we didn't do the first two clips, I don't think, because we were messing about with it, weren't we? So
Yeah.
so it showed you the mark on this occasion was 66 marks out of 75.
What?
Even
Yay.
even through the demonstration phase of it. So yeah, it's quite a good score. And of course it could have been better. So we can have a little look to see what the score was. Quite a lot of fives, and that's what brought the score right up. Let's go to the one at the very beginning. I don't think we had a chance to do this one, did, because the mouse started the mouse started sick. Just imagine if we had got 5 on that one. That would have been a 71. Anyway,
Yeah.
let's have a look at this one. So this is the one we missed. So let's take it all the way up to here, and we'll pause it now. Okay, so this is where they wanted you to get the 5, if you like, and it was quite hard to do this one actually. When you look at it, let's play it up. So first of all, on doing the bracketing method, 25, 50, you'd have picked up the cyclist, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And by doing the bracket method, you're automatically drawn to that distance. You see, 25 is fine, 50 is not fine. So then now you're concentrating on 50, and you're watching 50, and you see 50 is a problem. So you're going to start clicking because he stuck his arm out, doesn't he? And
Yeah.
sticking his right arm out doesn't give him the priority to come out in front of us, by the way. But guess what? He's doing it anyway. He's going to move from a lay-by situation, and that's very dangerous. He shouldn't be doing that. So click and click again, then click again, then click again, and then click again. He's still a hazard, actually, even right up to now, actually, because yeah. So there you go, and that would have been the other clip that we missed then. So let's see if there's any other low clips or anything that looked a bit dodgy. Nothing really to say, was it really? Is there any of the clips that you didn't see the reason for me clicking on them, or confused about why I clicked?
No.
Is
We're
there
all
anything,
right.
anything that confused you? All right. So what do you think? Do you think you'll be able to go and pass this now?
Hopefully.
Well, yeah.
Do you think you'll be able to go and pass the hazard perception test without any trouble and come back with a 60 score? I'm expecting 55 now, at least after this lesson tonight, or I've failed as an instructor if that doesn't happen.
I'll let you know tomorrow.
Oh, there you go. So, is there anything else you want me to discuss with you while you're here? You may as well. If you've any questions about anything, your questions that is boring you.
No.
Nothing. Do you want to take a test, the two of you together, and see how you get on, and I'll allow you to confer during it if you want. I could set up a 50-question test for you now if you want. I'll not be here. I'm going to go in another room of another student in there, but I'll come back and then see how you get on whenever you're finished. If that's, do you want to have a go at it?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Have you got the time to do it?
Yeah.
Well, just give me a chance now, because I'll have to set that up for you in this room, okay? It will be a proper test, and it'll be very similar to the one that you'll do on the real test. It'll be about 99% accurate. So you do the full test, and you can confer, why not, and see if you think you get the right answer. And then, because it's not an individual test, this is just between the two of you for a bit of fun. How's that? And then we'll see how you get on. So let me just fix it up. It'll take me a minute to sort it. You want to take a wee break and get yourself a cup of tea or something before you start?
right.
By all means, take a break now, and then I'll have it set up for you in about 5 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
problem. Who's Nanny on the phone to? Andrew? Who's Nanny on the phone to?
Just a second.
Okay, nearly ready to go. You let me know when you're ready to go. And I'm going to unmute you just a wee second, Kelly. There you go. Okay, so I'm going to set it up for you. And what I'll do is whenever
He drops into the air in his body. No, you know the way that
there'll be a wee bit of feedback from anybody speaking in the background. So I'll probably have to mute you then. And so what'll happen is I'm picking up some feedback on. I think it's just yourself, Kelly. If you want to get Kelly, if you want to get yourself a bit of paper and a pen, you can do it that way because I'm picking up too much noise. So you won't be able to hear each other speaking. So yeah. So what I'll do is I'll just let the questions run. Pillar, you'll be in control of the mouse. So you click when you want to go to the next question. Wait for about 5 or 6 seconds before you click. So I'll give Kelly a wee chance to look at the question as well.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you do that, move on to the next question. And at the end of the 50 questions, you'll reveal the correct answers and the both of you can have a look to see what you've marked. I'll show you how this works. Usually when I do a big classroom like this, everybody's usually muted, right? So here it comes up now in front of you. Okay. Right, let me just see what happens now. Okay, so you should see the test paper in front of you now, both of you.
He's ripped us all off for hundreds.
Okay, so
But our cards on his game.
So basically then what happens now is I'm going to give you remote control of it. Hello, you have it now. So basically what you do now is you can hover over the question. And I just count these as A, B, C, and D. All right, yeah. Working from left all the way around. A, B, C, and D. If you're taking a note of them or you're doing anything like that. So just have a look at it. You can listen to them as well if you want on the test. You are allowed to. So remember that when you're taking the test, if you want to listen to them, you need to ask them for, first of all, they'll give you a set of headphones. So that's it. I'm going to just go into the other room now. If you want to, when you've finished each question, press next and move on to the next one. At the very end of the test, I'll come back and I'll reveal them to see what score you would have got. Now, just so you know, it's not an easy test. I've actually adjusted the settings. And you know, I don't like to do the easy stuff. So this this is kind of like a test from hell, actually. So
I don't even know the answer on the first question, John.
Well, all I'm going to say is that it's not an easy test, and there's not much point you spend any time here doing the easy questions, is there? Now, let's be honest about it. And because you are doing your test soon, if there's any of the questions that you learned from during this session, take note of them. And guess what? You never know, it might come up in your real test. But yeah, it's a tough test. So I'm going to let you crack on now. All right. So I'm just going to mute myself.
Do you know the answers there, Kelly? I'm not sure.
I'm just reading it.
See, now I'm so glad you went.
When you exit from the junctions block,
Yep.
I think.
When your exit from the junction is blocked.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean?
That's the only time you have to wait at a green light.
She pushed it.
Okay, we'll just click that. So we'll go to the next, yeah?
Yeah.
Just wait and give way to the pedestrians here. Usually we always give way to the pedestrians, isn't it?
What should you do if pedestrians are standing at the pavement waiting to cross the road? Wait and give way to pedestrians. Yeah.
There you go. And then next.
What would you expect to find at a contraflow system on the motorway?
What
I
would
know
you
this one.
to find a contraflow system? I don't know as well this one. What would you expect to find a contraflow system?
But
Is it not lower? I
a
don't know
wider
this.
loads, I think.
If it's a wider lanes or lower speed limits, I'm not sure.
Lower speed limits, hold on, traffic lights.
If it's a contraflow,
The contraflow would make it move to the opposite lanes.
yeah. So it should probably we can try lower speed limits. Is it
I would say wider lanes,
wider
normal.
lanes? Okay, we'll click that. We'll have a go. Powered by used by disabled or small and can be hard.
Flashing amber light.
Amber, yep.
Yeah,
They're slow, isn't it? The flashing amber.
yeah, for slow moving vehicle, yeah.
It's,
Yeah,
is it blue? Is it amber? Yep.
yeah, it is amber.
What was the green one? It's for the doctors,
It's for
isn't
the
it? The green.
doctors.
Yep.
The doctors, yeah.
Because obviously I couldn't stop her.
When may you wait in the junction? If you're turning right,
Right. Yep. This one. When non-cab. Yep. This one.
yeah. What messages are given by circular signs and blue background?
I think give mandatory instructions, isn't it?
Yeah, I
The
think
blue
so.
one. I think it's mandatory instructions.
Yeah.
You're in and way to turn right. Where should you position whether there are two lanes?
And this,
When turning right, turning right.
in
When
the
we-
left, in the left,
In the left hand,
or the center.
not in the right lane, no. Turning right, no. So
No, you're on the one-way street and want to turn right.
That shows a high part and eight looks phone.
This is stumping me.
So if that's not his hand.
yeah.
Where should you position your vehicle when there are two lanes? If you're turning right, you would be on the right, would you not?
Yeah, should be on when you're turning right, you should be on the right side, isn't
Yeah.
it? Should be, hopefully. John, you are driving. What should you do if you have to stop your vehicle in an emergency?
I'll apply both hands on the
Apply
steering
both
wheel.
parking brake and foot brake, or keep both
No,
hands on steering
both.
wheel.
Both hands on the steering wheel.
But just slow.
Which allow more time, isn't it?
Allow more time, yeah.
This is a hump bridge.
Hump bridge, yeah.
I like, you'd like her.
People may cross the road in front of it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Lovely kids now. Just
When are you allowed to park in a parking bay? If you have a blue
Blue
badge,
badge.
I think. Because he don't want to-
it means that you have to return to the left-hand side of the road.
So don't really.
Return roads bend to the entrance on the left. Return to your
Yep.
side of the road, isn't it? This one. Return
Yeah,
to your side.
return to your side of the road.
Yep.
What does this sign mean?
No cycling. Is it?
Cycle route ahead, I think.
Cycle route ahead.
I'm sorry.
I think it's cycle road ahead. Cycle road ahead. How will you benefit from the manufacturer's service for your vehicle? Your vehicle will remain reliable.
So Jason phoned that night, at that time, they went to the right and all.
What you
When you
What would you-
in case of emergency or breakdown, when would you use an emergency area on a smart motorway?
in case of emergency
Emergency or
breakdown, that
breakdown,
is?
yep.
Yeah.
He didn't know what to do, you know, right? It was Jim.
What makes your
makes your
tires
tires-
legal?
John.
Illegal?
If you have deep cuts,
They have
Is
deep
it-
cuts yet.
yep.
For Jason, like, and obviously she didn't offer Jason. So she did, she would
Your
go.
plan to
So she
caravan
went-
will help
she
the
went to
handling of the combination.
you know, but nobody
I
else was like,
know this one.
she got permission and stuff.
Is it that the until
The
what your plan?
stabilizer fitted to the tow bar.
But
The tow bar, yep.
she went to work, she got it. Lily was in the office state now.
Why should you never wave people across a pedestrian? They may not be another. They may not be ready to
They may not, hold
be
on.
looking.
They may
it's
not be
safer.
looking, yeah.
That could cause you crash if the level is allowed to get too low.
Well,
The brake fluid
brake
level?
fluid, yeah. Turn left,
turn left.
yeah. What is it? What is the bad
A
technique
technique to
to
coast when you're driving in downhill.
the fuel consumption will increase, I think it is.
But to coast when you
Yeah, the fuel consumption will increase.
will increase, yeah.
You're driving on the motorway at night, which
The
lights?
dip lights,
Dipped headlights.
dip headlights, yeah. You're just in, how could you help someone who's suffering?
Shock.
Assure them
Reassure them
confidently.
confidently, yeah. A collision has just happened. An injured person is lying in a busy road. What's the first thing you should do? Warn other traffic.
What does fuel?
What does fuel
driving-
efficient driving achieve? Increase.
What
No.
does-
Improve the road
Improve
safety, I
road
think.
safety. What does fuel efficient driving achieve?
Increases the safety.
Improve road safety. When you enter a box junction, when traffic signs there, when there are fewer than 2 vehicles ahead, when signaled red. When you're when you enter a box junction,
When
Quite
the
confusing.
exit road is clear.
when the exit road is clear, yeah.
Yeah. How can drinking affect your ability to drive or ride? Your confidence will be
Confidence to
reduced.
not your ability to, I think it's your ability to judge speed, isn't it? Because
No,
if you're
I-
drunk, you're more confident, you're like overconfident. So probably it's the judge to
I think it's your confidence will be reduced.
when you're drinking alcohol.
Yeah. I don't drink alcohol, so
Yeah,
I
me
don't
as
know.
well. But usually
Mom,
the ones who are drunk, they're more
how
confident,
can your
isn't it?
drinking affect your ability to ride or drive? Your
It's
confidence will
the
be reduced.
I think it's the judgment. Is it that the judgment that will be reduced?
Yeah, we'll put that one.
Or usually drunk driving, isn't it? They're more confident.
I think it's your confidence will be reduced, but put your one anyway.
Oh, we'll try that. Yeah. Slow down, stop on the hard shoulder, speed up, open a window and stop as soon as it's safe and legal. Open a window and stop as soon as it's safe and
Yeah.
legal, isn't it? There you
Yeah.
go. That's T junction.
No through road.
Oh, no through road. Is that the no through road? Oh.
Yeah.
I haven't done that. I haven't read about that no through road. Oh.
Yeah, no through road. What does it mean if your insurance policy has an excess of £500?
You'll have to pay
You'll
the
have
first
to pay the
500.
first 500. Yeah.
Yeah. Then what is it?
The ESC system has activated. You have to stop in an emergency refuge area. What must you do before you reach? You have to use a telephone. Use the emergency telephone.
Telephone. Yeah. You have a number. What must you do before you? But it's before you rejoin the carriageway given.
Yeah, I know it confuses me as well. So
Yep, isn't it? Because you need to rejoin the carriageway.
you have to use a telephone to join that. Where would it be unsafe to overtake?
On a one-way street,
Approaching a junction.
approaching a junction. This is quite confusing as well. Even traveling up on a long hill, you can't overtake, is it? Remember?
Yeah, no, you can't overtake in a long hill, but it's at a junction you can't overtake.
Overtake. It's unsafe.
Now this is with low bus lane. What must your vehicle have? When must your vehicle have
must your-
valid insurance cover?
Before
Before you tax your vehicle.
tax the vehicle, yep.
Which vehicles aren't allowed in the right-hand lane of a free motorway? Vehicles with a trailer.
With a towing trailer.
Yeah.
Because they should be slower, they should be at the left-hand side, isn't it? So
Yeah.
or riding
How should you drive or ride?
slowly.
Reduced
speed.
speed.
Yep.
A horse rider is in the left-hand lane approaching a roundabout. Where should you expect him to go? In any direction. Oh, this one gets me.
What action should you take when you see flashing amber under a school warning sign? Keep your speed and
Reduce speed until you're clear of the area.
in the area.
You're on a motorway. What can you use as a hazard? When can you use your hazard warning lights?
Is it when you're being towed by another vehicle? No. When you slow down quickly before of danger ahead.
Yeah, that one.
This one, the second one. When
Yeah.
you slow down, is it when there is a danger?
Yeah.
You're driving on a wet. Which light should you use if there's a lot of surface spray?
Dipped headlights.
It's water across the road. That's the fourth.
Yeah,
is it?
yeah.
Well,
The main benefit of driving a four-wheel drive vehicle.
the traffic
Improve grip on the
Grip on the
road.
road.
What's likely to happen if you
Hands-free
use
phone while you're
hands-free
driving.
when you're driving? It will divert your attention. You're
Height
about
on the
to
road is
fire at
all. Why
night.
should you
The road
use
is
the
not
light
lit.
so that you can
Would-
see, so that you can, so that,
Oh dear.
where is it? What is it? You're in a built-up area at night and the road is, why should you use the light? So that you can see further along the road, so that you can be easily seen by others, so that you can switch to main beam.
Uh,
This
so
one is
oh,
so that you can see further along the road, so that you can
so we
easily
can be seen
no,
up,
no,
seen easily by others. Yeah.
it's the first one or
The second
the
one.
second one easily seen by others.
Yeah.
This is quite good. You're looking for somewhere to safely. Where would you choose to park? At a designated parking space, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't see any.
Why
Oh, I
is
hate these.
warning reduce speed now?
Fibromyalgia.
Oh, because there's this crossroads and double bend.
I just got that man.
I couldn't see the sign there. Can you see it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
I've
can't
done
see
this
it.
one before.
Oh, all right.
Why
Why has the line the
line-
center of the road changed?
Because there's a hazard ahead.
Hazard, yep. It's a long and short.
Yeah.
The driver towing the car wants him to turn right into the door. What should they do?
Wait
Wait
partially
until the
in
road is
the
clear in
central
both
reservation.
directions. Sorry,
Wait, or move partially into the central reservation and wait until it's safe
until
to
it's safe to
turn.
turn. Oh, that's it, isn't it?
Yeah, he'll do it whenever he comes back.
Hello there. I'm coming back now. Just be back in
Yeah.
2 secs.
They're quite confusing. I hope we've passed
Yeah.
the test.
No, no excuses, Pillar, please. No excuses. Come on now. Don't we start with excuses already? Right, let's have a wee look.
No, some of them are confusing though.
Yeah, they're confusing.
Well, let's have a look to see what they are. Let's see if we can work it out. Okay, so you've done all the questions. You didn't pass on any of them. Well done. So you had to go at them all. That's good. Ah, well done. You have passed. So yeah, so what I'm going to do first of all, right, because sure you've guessed a couple, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the red ones first, and then the ones you've got wrong that you think you've got right, and then I'll explain them to you, and then I'll have a quick look through to see the ones that you might have guessed. All right, let's have a look to see. Okay, so question number 3 then.
Lower speed. Yeah.
Lower speed limits.
Yes. What would you expect to find at a contraflow system on a motorway? Well, the reason why they do that, just so you know, is a contraflow system has got quite a lot of sharp bends, and it would look like this here. You see, it would be like this, you know.
Yeah.
And so yeah, and you usually find them on motorways too. So basically, they have to lower the speed limit from 70, you know, down to probably about 30. Or
Yeah.
So it's because it's a motorway, you see, the speed limit has to be lower for you guys. All right, 19. Why should you never wave people across the because you're not allowed to. You're not allowed to wave people. You're not.
Another vehicle may be coming. I knew that
All
one.
right.
You're not the police. You're not the busies.
Hello.
You're not like you're not traffic wardens. What are you doing? What are you going around waving people across the road for? What the heck?
I knew that one, though. That's a problem.
Yeah. Well,
Just
here's
saying hi.
Yeah, fella, at least you know what I'm saying. This is why I'm having all this trouble teaching you how to drive because of this behavior.
Hi.
So yeah, basically the problem is, I don't know where I may have explained this to you during the lesson, but this is a road, okay? Just a wee example for you. And this is you, and you've been very nice. Of course, you want to let someone across the road. So you think you're doing the right thing, and you wave them across, and you say, "Go ahead, it's okay to go." Here's the problem you have. Behind you, you got Hooray Henry, who's late to get his beans and toast for his lunch, and he's got no time to wait for you. So what he does is he overtakes you, just as the pedestrian thinks,
Goes on the road.
and they run out, unfortunately, and then they come unstuck. So
Yeah.
on a driving test, if you wave at anyone to cross the road or give them any indication that to go, you fail your driving test. So that's a biggie. Don't do it.
Right. Okay.
You'll remember that. Now, okay, listen, if someone stepped onto the road, that's something different, right? If they've come off the footpath and they're already on the road, well, hey, you know, you can't take a chance. You'd have to slow down and stop, wouldn't you? Because guess what? They might be just going to take a run across the road. And so that's different, okay? That's a different situation. And to be honest with you, every situation is slightly different because you have to look at the person as well. If it's you know who the person is that's walking across the road. If it's a very young person or very old, you kind of got to be careful because they maybe got the timing of it wrong. You know, it's a bit like me as I'm getting older. I think I'm still fast like a 25-year-old. So, but whenever I start to run quick, my knees shouldn't tell me. Guess what? You're not going to get across the road as quick as that. So why is it a bad technique to coast when you're driving downhill? Well, you guys aren't really going to be worried about this too much because you're in an automatic, and the automatic doesn't allow you to coast because you haven't got a clutch.
Yeah.
So basically, what happens if you have a clutch? When you press the clutch in, it disengages the vehicle and it starts to freewheel as if it was on a downhill like a bicycle, you know, and it would just go like a rocket. So that's why it's a bad idea. That doesn't happen in an automatic because you're going to be in a gear no matter what you do.
Yeah.
You just would have your foot covering the brake all the way down. And also you would be in eco mode because that would be getting a wee bit of recharging going on there.
Okay.
Okay, this question here comes up quite a lot and it confuses people, this one. Let me explain to you why it confuses people first, and then once I do that, you should understand it and get it right the next time. So basically, there's two signs very similar to this. And they do this all the time. They're very similar to it. They might have a bus in it like that, you know, whatever.
Yes.
I might have a bus in it and there'll be a white line, okay? Now, this is a width flow. This is width. And the reason why it's width is there's no arrows in it. Width.
Right. Okay.
All you need to remember for me on the day of the test, look for it. If it's got arrows in it, it's a contraflow.
It's contraflow. Right. Okay.
If it's got no arrows,
It's with flow.
it's
All
with flow.
right.
That's a very quick recognition, memory trigger, and getting rid of the white noise that I like to talk about all the time. As soon as you see it, no arrows, with flow. Arrows,
Contraflow.
Contraflow.
There we go. Remember that one because everyone gets that one wrong. Question 15. These, by the way, are a new thing that they might have on the test when you do it. They might not. They're trialing it as we speak. This can be made full screen, so you can make this come up, right?
Yep.
But let's see what the question was. The driver towing the car around wants to turn right onto the dual carriageway. So turn right onto the dual carriageway. What should they do? Now I'll go full screen and then I'll play the video and you should see the problem, okay? Because
We didn't even play the video.
that's why you didn't see it. That's why you didn't
Yeah,
get it.
that's why.
So yeah, but you see that the reason why, look, you see, he's turning right, and there's a dual carriageway, so he's got to come across here, right? And
Yeah.
if you look quite clearly, there's not enough room.
Yeah.
If he tries to go across here, he's going to be sitting like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. So let's have a look to see what the question was again, then, just to confirm that we know what we're talking about. So yeah, wait until the road is clear
in both directions.
That's not a bad
Right,
answer.
okay.
It's not a bad answer, that one, though, because I can see what you were thinking about with that
Probably
one.
if it's a small vehicle.
Yeah, I think that's okay if it was just a car, yeah.
Yeah.
Because we do that when we cross the dual carriageway in Lauren, don't we?
Yeah.
We come across from, we look down to the harbour and we don't see any cars. We come across and we stop here first. It's a stop line. It's a stop line, of course, and then we go off, don't we? But yeah, that's the problem with this one. If you look again, and remember when you do this test, it's very important, read the question twice.
Yes.
Because if you read the question twice, you might pick up on the trick question, and that's a trick question, that one. So it is.
Right. Okay.
So it's a trick question. It's designed to kind of get you to jump in straight away and think, yeah, I know the answer to this one. Yeah, no, this is easy. I got it. And all of a sudden you're like, oh, what happened there? So I'm going to just flick through the green ones now, just quickly. And if you want to stop me at any ones that you think you might have guessed, okay? I'll just come through them, and I'll just, if there's any ones you think you guessed, just stop me, okay?
Yeah.
I think you were confused with that one.
Yep,
Yeah, the disabled motor scooters that you see cutting about the place, they're actually meant to have a flashing amber beacon on the top, but you'll not see anyone. You'll not see anyone with one. If you do, take a photograph of it and send it to me. I'll make you famous.
Yeah.
They come with the scooters, but people just throw them in the back of the. They don't put them on. All right,
Yeah.
so you don't see them. Yeah, okay. And this one, Box Junction. Yeah, you're only allowed to stop. You're only allowed to stop in that one whenever it's there's no one coming towards you that's causing you to turn right. It's I call them the potato waffles. You're not allowed to. You're not allowed to stop on a potato waffle.
Yeah.
Unless you're turning right and you're stopped from doing so by oncoming traffic. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know the other thing that people get wrong at this one. I'm not saying that you would do, but you see if there's a line of cars here.
Yeah.
That means your exit's not clear. So if you were here, right, and you want to turn here, you're still not allowed to go in and wait there.
Yeah.
you still need to have that cleared.
You have to stay here because your exit from it's not clear.
Yeah.
That's the trick question on that one. All right. So you're not allowed to wait on it on that occasion. Every other occasion you can wait on it. Okay.
Yeah.
Blue must do.
Mandatory.
Yeah, mandatory just means must do. Mandatory. Okay.
Yeah.
Blue must do. That's a good way to remember. You want to be straight, turn right. Yeah, that's just like the wee one on that independent drive, isn't it? When you come up the top of the hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That.
You remember that one? Yeah.
Yeah.
If you ask you to turn right, you've got to get into the right lane. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. So you're driving on a wet road, blah, blah, blah. Both hands on the steering wheel. Well done. That's a good one. You never take one hand off during an emergency. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Fog lights allow more time. Good answer. Yeah. That's just a humpback bridge.
Yep.
People may cross in front of you. Yeah. Good answer. Yeah. Parking disabled is only for blue drivers. Yep. And not our road's telling you to come back in because you've done you're not allowed to be on that side of the road anymore.
Yeah.
Warning is cyclists. Yep, get it serviced regularly in case it breaks down. Yeah, they have an area just for you if you break down. It's just for emergencies. Kind of says what it says in the 10 emergency refuge area.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a question that they might ask you on the day of the test. They might ask you what the legal tire tread depth of a tire is.
1.6.
There we go, 1.6 millimeters. And then they might just say to you, is there anything else you want to tell me about the tires? And then that's when you get a chance to be clever and say they're made out of rubber. No, you don't do that. No, you say they could have cuts or bumps in them. Okay. Happy days. Okay, a stabilizer is fitted to the tow bar that keeps the trailer from swinging back and forward.
But there's another one that confuses me with this because you have to have a braking cable on it as well.
Yeah, do you want me to explain that to you?
Yes, please.
Okay, so you've got a vehicle here. This is sometimes called the prime mover, and when you're driving a trailer, so it's got a connection to it, and your trailer's on the back of it like this.
Yeah.
And the problem is if the trailer was to come unstuck and come off the back of the car, it would be it would be very dangerous. So what they do is they attach a small little wire which comes from the back wheels of the trailer on an old-fashioned set of brakes. It comes all the way around and it hooks onto the tow bar as well. So if this trailer breaks away and this is the words you need to remember, break away.
Mhm.
If it breaks away from the prime mover, the cable
Yeah.
will snap and the brakes will come on. That's why they call it a breakaway cable.
Right, okay.
All right.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Happy days. All right, let's see what else we got. 20. Yeah, you want to make sure your brake fluid level keeps up, and you'll get a little warning on your dashboard if it gets low as well. A little orange light will come up and say brake fluid's getting low.
Yeah.
You don't see many people using hand signals anymore, but I think they're becoming more popular again because of electric vehicles. I think it's because of the battery maybe goes low, you may get some power problems with the car. So they've started introducing this question again. And you got this one right, so well done. Did you guess it or did you know it?
No, we've read it. I've read about it.
Okay, happy days. Okay, motorway lights, dip headlights, correct. Well done. Not the full beam. Yeah, if someone's hurt and they're suffering from shock, you basically just keep them warm and they try and reassure them, because in shock, that's what someone needs. Someone's hurt on the road, the last thing you want to do is move them if you need to, which is something that you'll want to do sometimes. So don't move them if don't move them. We just warn other traffic.
Unless there's a sign of danger.
Yeah, if they were going to if the situation was going to be worse for them, then you would move them. If they were going in immediate, if they were going to be in, say for example, the vehicle was on fire or something.
Yeah.
Okay, 26. Fuel efficiency driving improves road safety. Yeah, it does, because you're driving at the proper speed for the road.
Yeah.
There's a potato waffle. You should never go into a potato waffle unless you're actually from it is clear.
Yeah.
28. How can drinking alcohol affect your driving? Yeah, definitely it just affects your ability to judge speed. And yeah, if you feel drowsy when you're driving at any time, you should really pull over and stop in a very convenient place. On a motorway, it's hard, so you maybe have to open the window and get some cold air until you get to the place you can pull over and stop.
Yeah.
That just means dead end. Well done, or no through road. Yeah, I mean, an access on an insurance policy is a get out of free jail card for the insurance company, because most minor accidents are under £500, so it's a bit of a joke. So you knock someone, see you decide to knock someone's wing mirror off in Larne, right? And the wing mirror only costs 350 quid. Well, that means you pay that 350 quid. Your insurance doesn't get involved.
Yeah.
That's what an access is. This is to say that your vehicle, the braking system that they have, which is most modern cars have this. It actually helps the car to be controlled under severe braking or emergencies. And if this comes up on your car, it needs to be looked at. There's something wrong with it, or it could be activated. Amber usually means there's a problem with it, funny enough. So the color scheme there's a bit wrong in this test. So yellow would probably mean that it's activated. Amber would mean that it's something wrong with it. And red would mean that it's not working. So that's probably going to happen on a slippy day, like ice or snow or something. You're going to get that coming up. Yeah, emergency telephones, use them. Most people use their mobile phones these days, but if you're on the motorway and you break down that you're close to one of these things, I would just use that instead. Get you straight through to the people you want to talk to. Yeah, you would never overtake at a junction because it's dangerous. Yeah, you can't get tax anymore in a car. You try to get road tax and they won't do it unless the vehicle's got some kind of insurance on it, third party. Yeah, do you know the reason why this is not? They're not allowed to use a 3-lane motorway. Do you know the reason why you answered that?
Because the slow lane is the
There's
left lane.
slow, yep.
Yeah, well, how fast can a car go on a motorway?
70.
How fast can a car go on a motorway if it's towing a trailer?
50 or 60.
50 or 60.
Well,
60?
okay. If you want to take a wee note of this, I'll write something here.
Yeah.
I want you to, or even take a photograph of it with your phone. But I'll show you what happens. So you got a normal road, like a dual carriage, a single track road, which is the national speed limit applied sign, which is a white circle with a black line. So an ordinary road, I say ordinary road, at 60, you're most meant to do. A motorway is 70, and the dual carriageway is 70. Both of them are the same for a fully qualified driver.
Right, okay.
But when you stick a trailer on it, T for trailer, you just basically minus 10.
Yep. So yep.
So 50, 60, and
50 for
60.
the 60 motorway, and then the dual
Yeah,
carriage by
just
60.
minus, just remember the little diagram I've just done there. It'll work for
Yeah,
you.
Yep.
yeah,
Minus 10.
Minus
remember-
10.
Just remember these three and then minus 10. That's for a
Yep.
trailer. And that's why you're not allowed on the third lane, because you're not allowed to, you can't go up to 70, and that allows vehicles that can to overtake you safely.
yeah.
Okay, then bloody speed bumps. They make me seasick.
I hate them.
I'm taking seasick. I'm taking a seasick tablet every day. A horse rider is in the left, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you just don't trust horses because they can do anything.
Yeah,
They can go anywhere. So we don't trust them or cyclists, actually. And this is a warning for schools, and it's reducing your speed normally when you see that. Hazard warning lights. Well, this is kind of a good tip, actually, because I never get to take these on motorways. But when you're driving along a motorway and you see something really bad happening in front of you, you can put your hazard warning lights on, and that lets people behind you know there's a problem, so they
Yeah.
don't crash into the back of you, when they're doing 70 miles an hour. So they'll see that if they're doing the bracket, which the most modern drivers will, they'll look ahead and see the flashing numbers and slow down straight away. So yeah, just your dipped headlights. You never want to put your full beam on because it's going to blind people. So yeah, dipped headlights always. Worded warning sign. Forward basically is a reference to water on the road. That's all.
Yeah.
They just use the word forward. It's I think it's like the word fjord or something. It's like some kind of thing to do with the European language. But yeah, forward is basically a large reservoir of water lying on the road. They like to confuse everybody by using silly words, What's the main benefit of driving a four-wheel drive truck? Because there's four-wheel driving, they've got four wheels gripping the road instead of two.
Yeah.
That's as simple as that. The more grip you have on the road, the safer you'll be, you see. So four wheels gripping the road is better than two wheels gripping the road. And cars are made up of two different types of four-wheel drive and a two-wheel drive. So yes, four-wheel drives are better. Okay, what's likely to happen if you're hands-free when you're driving? Yeah, you don't want to be using anything at all when you're driving. Just concentrate on what you're doing. Stay away from all that. You're in built-up area at night. Built-up area basically means there's kids and people about. And you just basically keep your dipped headlights on. And the reason what they're trying to get you to say something like put your full beam on or something, you say, which you wouldn't do in a built-up area. No. You're looking for somewhere to park your vehicle. Where would you choose to park? Yeah, it's the best answer there is a place for you to park as opposed to a bus stop, because you're not allowed to do that. And all the rest of them are all trick questions. So if you parked in any one of those places there, you would be in trouble anyway. So remember when the examiner asked you to pull over in a convenient place, that's what he means. It's got to be legal, you see. Every legal place is always convenient.
Not on a bus stop.
Yes. Trying to avoid those bus stops, Kelly, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. But it's for no other reason, because the buses get annoyed with us. Right, so there you go. You've got all the rest of these right. I don't know how you got this one because you never played the video. So let me see.
No.
We didn't play the video.
Why is there a warning reduce speed now? There's a crossroads and a double bend ahead. How did you know that if you didn't play the video? What do you like?
It's Kelly hoops in the, like, I don't know if it's the
I've
sign.
done it before.
There you go.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
There's a sign there.
Yeah.
Okay, good guess though. Well done.
And
49.
I've done this one before.
All right, did you? 49 is the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Giving you warn of hazards ahead. Well,
one long line and one short.
well, very good. And there's no reason to worry too much. It looks like you're doing very well there. And that was quite a tough wee test. That wasn't an easy one. So should give you a bit of confidence going into the test tomorrow, Kelly, knowing that you're up to speed with it.
Oh, is it your exam, Kelly, tomorrow?
Kelly's soon, I think. Thursday. Sorry.
Oh, good luck.
Next Thursday. So anyway, well done. That was good, and hopefully you've learned a little bit from this wee session tonight.
Yes,
And,
thank you very much.
I'll put it up on YouTube for you, so you can have a look at it later on yourselves for all the questions or anything or any explanations that I've given you on the hazard perception test. I'll put it up there for you if you want to look at it. I'll send you a link to your email address as well. And that way you can go back you can go back and have a little look at it and it'll refresh your memory. There's quite a lot of videos up there now because every now and again I put one up and you can benefit from other people's experiences as well doing this. And at some point in time, there should be enough information up there for people not to even have to go and buy a disc or do anything, but just go up there and hopefully study these sort of interviews, these sort of meetings, and then hopefully basically pass it without too much trouble. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Adios.
Thanks,
And
John. Bye,
I'll see-
Kelly.
I'll
Have a
see you-
lovely evening.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Yep. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.